Hello. Hello, hello. I hope everyone's having a good day. Yeah. Crab grave time. Alright. Yeah, I went somewhere to get dinner, and they didn't have the things that I wanted, so it took me a little bit longer to get to the things. So I had food in me before stream. This is what happens when I think, ooh, I'm gonna try something other than just chicken nuggets before stream. So, here I am, putting water into my wet palette. I ended up getting potato wedges and 2 chicken tenders. So, it was an acceptable thing, but it also means that I need to still swap out my water up. Because I don't think I want to use this for highlighting water. So I swapped chicken for chicken, yep. But I swapped chicken that was pre-cooked out instead of ones that I could cook at home. So, yeah, I'm gonna go swap this out real quick. Probably should have done it before stream, but you know, what's 1 or 2 trips up, right? Yep. Yeah, that's one. Usually isn't an issue, but they just, you know, let's see. I haven't even cleaned my desk since last night. It's still a mess. Alright. I cleaned up the lines yesterday, so it is highlight day. So I need my 2 oranges for highlights. Alright. I will need the Payne's Gray. I will need the Iraqi Sand. I will need the Leather Brown. What is... These I don't even need on the shelf. Why do I have the shelf? Oh, I haven't done the basing bits. Let's see. How many of these can I clean up? Ah, whatever. All right. It's been a long day. Good day, but a long day. All right. Not too worried about that one. Let's get space cleaned up. And let's get some painting done today. I'm hoping I'll be able to make that 56 and that 122 tonight. That's my goal. Oh, and I haven't changed the day on that. Technically, it's already 26. We've been going for 26 days now. Alright. Alright, where was I? Was I using this brush for highlights? Sounds good. Let's do it. Alright. It took 10 minutes to set up, but I think I'm ready. I don't know. Yeah, if I can't keep track of what's going on, I don't expect you guys to. Alright. These big cylinders need a little bit more. I am putting down a layer of lava orange on the upward facing large objects. Highlighting, pretty much. Yes, it's getting more highlights than some of the other models did, but I feel like these large cylinders need more than just big blocks of orange. So, you know, doing other big blocks of orange in a different color. Yeah, I was out until 5 minutes before stream, and I'm still not really feeling back to normal. Kind of sweaty. It was just I was out and I thought, oh yeah, I can go out and find food faster than getting it at home, and then the thing I wanted wasn't even in. And I kind of was out of time. Hey! Thank you. I'm trying to get a little bit of a highlight on the upward facing. Yeah, Dr. Pepper. No, that was yesterday. Can't believe that was yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, this is a thinner layer, so I'm not that worried about how bright it gets. I'm trying to highlight, so you needed to wake up? That's fair. Yeah, that changed the color a little bit. It's a little bit brighter. That reminds me. Oh. Didn't do it. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that brightens up the upper facing a little bit. That works. It's washing out a little bit with a light, I guess, but I think it's noticeable. Yeah, because everything else I think I did with just edge highlighting, so I felt like with the size of the backpack, it needed a little bit more to it. And now I'm going to edge highlight the same area. So 2 coats down on that. How's everyone else been today? Mind reading. You been asleep? That's fair. I don't like how stressed I get from driving. Like, I'm not stressed while driving, but I can tell afterwards that it takes a while to relax. Yeah, Underhive, I know. It's still on track for me. It's still only 7 p.m. here. That's good. Oh, wow, what? I'm distracted enough. I don't need your help. The emote. Swapping. Oh, yeah. No, it was a good day. Went out a little bit, for a little bit. Like I said, I was planning on something different for dinner and got backup option instead. But, you know, fine. I did eat. That's the important part, right? Ah. Oh. I wanted the cheese bites. Cheese bites are very good when I can get them. They're not the healthiest of meals that I could eat, but I like them. No. No, they're from a supermarket deli. But not Trader Joe's. Just one of the... Fine, they're from Walmart. Walmart deli is actually decent. There, I said it. Yep. So, anyway. I got some food, and I'm now here painting. And I'm wondering if I'll be able to actually get these 5 highlighted. That would be very nice if I could actually increase the painted today, because we've been going since Saturday on these. And I would really like to get back to working on some orcs. But I'm not going to stop mid-model and work on the orcs, because that actually doesn't get us any closer to being finished with any of them on the numbering system. It's just more distraction. So, yep. Yep. So, there's a reason I'm not planning on finishing the flag today. Flag alone will probably take a few hours, depending on how I work on it. So I'm trying to get these 5, and if I can highlight the other one, I will, and then it's just the flag. But yeah, it was a good day. I've had to do a lot of driving in the last couple of days, and it can get kind of tiring, so... Prefer days that I can just stay home. Not always a possibility, but, you know. Honestly, once I get stuck into the highlighting, it's not going to take that long. I mean, I have more than half of this already done in orange. Uh, the flickering flame layer doesn't take very long at all. The lighter blue takes maybe 3 minutes a model. So once I get into groove, it shouldn't be as bad. Ugh. Oh, anything exciting happen in the last day or so? Yup. Oh, I thought you were saying you like steel cut oats. I prefer old fashioned oats over quick. Still house hunting? Well, you want to find the right one, right? I mean, it needs to have enough space for all the models, right? Gotta have plenty of space for a nice hobby desk and a game table, and it's not an easy task to find the house that has all the things that you need. Oh. That's not the way to sell things. Hey, mustache. Hello, hello, hello. I'm kind of upset. I tried something last night, and it doesn't seem to have worked. Don't know why. But I can't really look into it right now. I'm trying to paint. Yeah, try something regarding streams. It's not super important, and if it works tomorrow instead of today, that's perfectly fine. I was hoping. I was hoping. Alright, that's one highlighted, yeah? Orange. First coat. Alright, good. Okay. I think I'm gonna batch. I think I'll batch paint through these highlights. But not. I'm gonna click on buttons while we're streaming. There we go. I'm reading. I'm sorry. It doesn't say. Okay, so it's saying that manual approval. Ah. Annoying. Oh. Oh, blossom badges. Those are pretty cool. That's cool, but it wasn't the thing that I was trying to get. That's annoying. I'm still waiting, I guess. Alright. Perhaps tomorrow. Perhaps tomorrow. Until then, we continue painting. As we should. I've been way distracted today already. You're here for it anyway, right? Yeah. I'm using the cup to figure out where up is. Yep. Yep. How's it going, Boneless? You are a lurk. Fair enough. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm... The fact that we're 26 days in, I am starting to feel it a little bit. But I don't want to stop. I want to keep going. I want to get it done. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, I'm also thinking about how I still have so many steps to go, and I don't know. I don't actually know how many more days it's gonna take. And that's kind of a thing that like I'm fairly certain I'm not gonna get it done in 30 days total. 'Cause that puts it at what, Sunday? Or Monday? Monday? I don't know. These guys definitely have more details than the Skaven did. Or I'm just trying to paint them to a higher standard. That's also a possibility. Yeah. Like, honestly, I don't know how long decals are gonna take, and how exactly are oil washes going to be done? Or is it gonna be something that I'm gonna need to like do as a long stream where I start early and wait for it to dry enough that I can wipe it off? Like, I don't have a lot of experience with it, so I'm not sure how that is actually going to work stream-wise. Because 24 hours of oil wash drying could be a little bit too intense. Or it might not be, and I don't know. So, that kind of question, I'm not really sure what to do with, or even who to ask. And if I need a whole day to do that, it's not going to be something I can do on the weekday. So I think I might have to modify the daily thing to be I will continue to stream daily until everything is painted. But if it requires a weekend thing to do the oils, I might need to take a day or two off for that. If everything else is done and I'm just, waiting for the time period I can. But we'll see. That's still I still have to do these 6 and 4 more characters. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. I mean, I still have basing to do. I still have decals. I still have 4 works to paint. So I'm not that worried overall. I'm just seeing challenges that I didn't think about at first. Isn't it? I love the way that they come out with the highlights and everything. Hopefully the washes, once I do them, don't turn them too dark. I still want them fairly vibrant. It's such a lovely garish color. Seriously? Seriously, mustache? Ah, I am using the Warpaint Fanatic oranges. So I started with burning ore. I'm currently putting lava orange on. And I have flickering flame as the next highlight. And I do have glowing inferno, but I don't think I've actually been using it. It's not really that necessary for the brightness. Maybe for a couple of little small dots. Yay, stink shot. Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping to have 5 more of them painted by the end of the night. It's just highlights. It's just a lot of highlights. Yeah, orange is pretty bright already, yeah. Well, again, I'm planning on doing an oil wash over them, and I'm not 100% certain how that's going to come out. So, if they stay as vibrant, I'm perfectly happy with that. If they get kind of muddied up, I'm going to have to go back and re-highlight, and I don't like that idea. I would prefer not to have to re-highlight, so I'm not sure how long I should wait on the oil washes or how intense I should do them. I am thinking I'm going to do more brown than black with it, but even that I'm not 100% certain on. So I'm also kind of thirsty. So. Oh, what is... All right. Yeah, the difference between no highlight and highlight definitely shows. Hey, Penny Paint Paints. How's it going? Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna finally get back to orcs after these highlights. Or I do the less fun option. Thinking about the timeline and thinking about what things I need to do. If I finish these highlights and then go directly into the banner, I finish that, and I get the varnish on all of the Space Marines. And I somehow manage to get all of the decal work done. And varnish again. I would then still have some of this weekend for an oil wash. So if I just completely ignore the fact that there are 4 orcs left to be painted, I could theoretically try to get the Space Marines done this weekend. Minus the basing. But all of the varnish steps for the decals and wash. I don't know. Thoughts? Like, am I kind of trying to rush the project at that point? Or just trying to be more cognizant of what options there are for, like, getting things done? I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. Because I do need to get the decals and wash done before I base them. So I need to get that step done first anyway. Probably helps if I don't get orange on the Payne's Gray. Oh, and I ran through the numbers last night because I was too curious not to. And it looks like if you wanted to follow the rule of 3, or 6 for battle line, you still can't actually build a full chapter of Space Marines. You end up about 300 shy, because you can only have, 6 units of intercessors, and like several of the companies have, is it 60 battle line in each? So not quite possible. Ads incoming. On the Twitch side. Sylvix! How's it going? You're full of pasta? Yeah. Highlighted, not highlighted. It's definitely noticeable. I'm going through and trying to figure out what the best order of operations would be, with oil washes being planned. So I'm thinking I'm probably better off doing oil washes over a weekend, and I could possibly get the Space Marines ready for a wash by the weekend. But it would mean that I don't work on orcs until afterwards. But the orcs also don't have decals or washes going on them, the oil washes. So, like, the Space Marines are going to take longer because of those 2 steps. So, I don't know. It's pretty much the fun of skipping around versus actually, like, trying to stay on task. It feels weird. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. My goal was to get both horses done before I go to get my next game in. It's not going to be Saturday, so... Hey, Flagonborn. But yeah, I think I want to alternate between different models, the Space Marines and the orcs, but at the same time, Responsible Badger is like, well, you're going to need to do the extra 2 steps on the Space Marines that you're not doing on the orcs. And with that in mind, it's probably better off if I do the one that needs the extra work now. But it's... I don't know. So I asked for opinions. A single orc box today. That could be okay depending on which single orc box it is. That's fine. Like, technically Armageddon is a single orc box. It just happens to have Space Marines in with it. How dare I tempt you? Yep. Thing is, you already have all of the other parts of that you need. You don't really need the cards and the books and the Space Marines, right? So... so... I didn't see inside of it, so I can't really tell you that, but that kind of thing from GW doesn't surprise me. Based on the preview stuff I saw, it looked a lot like the things that you got in the magazines for Combat Patrol. Like the little blurbs of what each unit was and how to put it together and everything. It felt very much like the Combat Patrol magazine. So, is it just that, but in a book form? Does that make sense, what I'm saying? Hmm. Okay, now I'm curious, and I'm gonna go check after I'm done with this highlight. Because I am gonna have to put more paint down for the last two of these. That's not where I want highlights. I really shouldn't be using the liner brush tip as a way of cleaning, but it's the one that's sitting next to me. Alright. Let's find out. Don't ask what's in this box. Alright, Combat Patrol Magazine. Boomdaka Snagswagon. Let's zoom out. Alright. How to build. Hey, look, it's a truck. How to paint. Datasheet. Scenario. How to play. There you go. That's what's in here. That's not very much information at all. Like, other than getting how you put it together, there's not really anything in this. Anyway. I bought it for the model. What can I say? Magazine's just kind of there. Alright. No, it wasn't. And honestly, for that, for a Snazwagon, I'd buy that again twice, maybe 3 more times. Because honestly, even if I got one just for conversion, worth it at that price. Okay, fine. Stop twisting my arm. Come on, people. You know me better than that. I did not buy a second Armageddon. I didn't. Just because I have a full second orc half. And then extra. Come on. Where else are you gonna buy so many orcs for a good price at this point of time, you know? Or in the future? Like, brand new models still on sprue for that price? Did I need 3 Big Mac Dr. Eggs? Yep. I did. I did. I can't help myself sometimes. Sometimes deals are too good to pass up. Welcome in. Hi. I'm trying to highlight these guys up today so that I can finally get that painted number up. Because it's been... What, Friday was the last time I added anything to the painted category? These guys have taken me Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and now Wednesday? Yeah. They're taking a little bit longer than I was expecting them to. I blame the extra huge bulk of each of the backpacks. And, you know, all the extra details on them. They're really nice models. Just because they've taken me 14, or they're going to take me like 14 hours to paint. Oof. I think it's also part, I'm just starting to slow down because it's been 120 hours of painting now. Somewhere between 2 and 8 hours a day for the last 26 days. Yeah. I think I'm actually slowing down because of it, but I only have 4 models that aren't on the table right now to paint, and then I just have some decals and washes and basing and stuff, and it's just like I see the end in sight, but I'm not exactly sure how long it is. To get there. So but I'm still enjoying it. It's just like the logistics of, well, if I'm going to do oil wash, when is that best to do? Probably over the weekend. Can I get it done in time for this weekend? Or is it going to be postponed till the next weekend? And then if I'm doing that, what am I painting for that whole time? So, yep. It is... the end of Armageddon is not... What? Uh-huh. So... Just trying to run some numbers and figure out what the best order of operations is. Whereas I'd much rather just swap to orcs and have fun, but if these guys need that varnish to do the decals and varnish to do wash. And I don't know how long oil washes are going to take. You know, there are aspects that would probably be better to have them over the weekend. So I don't know. And honestly, this is the only non-Vanguard vet that I still have to paint. And it's mostly just the banner. Because I'm already going through and highlighting with the rest. So I don't really know. Oh, yeah. That's quite a bit more. No, I dropped what I was doing to start working on Armageddon. So I still have a whole bunch of models that I need to get back to after. Yeah, of AdMech. All right. Hello. Got the orc side of it? Sweet. I've been enjoying painting both halves, and it took 21 hours to paint the 20 orcs. That was a fun weekend. I have 4 more orcs left after I'm done with these Space Marines here. And I have some plans for the Weird Boy, and I'm not exactly sure how long it's going to take me to paint him. It's going to be a pretty Pretty interesting paint scheme if I can pull it off. A lot of models in this box. Yeah, I'm using the Warpaint Fanatics for this particular bit, but over the course of Armageddon, both halves, I have AK Interactive, I have Warpaint Fanatics, I have Warpaint Metals, I have Vallejo Game Color, I have Vallejo Model Color, I have... let's see, what else? I have... Roller Krill, I have... Model Air... Two Necron Tesla guns on his back. That's a cool idea. Oh, and I'm also using a little bit of speed paint. But it's just all over the place. And yet, the one thing I didn't show was any little paints. That's funny. Oh. Okay. I used the Black Templar contrast on the tires of the War Track. There we go. I did use some Citadel color. That's kind of funny. I didn't even realize it until just now. What? No, I think it's hilarious that I'm using one GW paint. Just... I bought that shade second hand, or that contrast paint second hand, people. Yeah, Monument Hobbies and Army Painter is pretty good, yeah. Yeah, someone sold off all of their Death Guard and their paint rack and paints, and I bought both. Only reason I have that contrast paint, actually. Yeah, you wanna know if I were to go out and buy paints? Oh, that's good. Drop that on the floor. That's... I will repurchase these. And if I run out of this during the Leagues of Votan, I'll get another one. But I'm also 80% of the way full still on here, so I think I have enough. But these are the only ones that I would restock when I run out. Yeah, and then this is a good red. Yeah, exactly. The rest of them, I don't really care that much. They're not anything... Like, I've used several of the other contrasts, I've used several other washes and base colors and everything, and those are it. Those are the ones I would go back and resupply when they're empty. So... Like when I eventually finish off the Seraphim Sepia, I'll find a different one. I don't need to resupply on that. But the Nuln Oil, that'll get resupplied. I have resupplied the Agrax because I actually use that on my Tyranid bases. Yep. I think that's actually the second backup I've got purchased. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Yep. Yeah, like, I am using the Bloody Red game color, and I do like the Gory Red as well. And then the AK Blood Red and Deep Reds are both really nice. And yet I still would replace the Mephiston when it's empty. Like, I have several other reds that I don't mind, and yet it's still something I would replace. But yeah, some paints, you think, oh yeah, well, there's tons of different options, and no, some actually matter. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you just they, they might not get a lot of things right for their paints, but that one they do. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Even if the GW stuff was half the price that they are now, those are the three I would replace. Messy highlighting. All right. First highlight of orange. Done. Nearly 2 hours. What is going on with these? Okay, these models just take forever. These models are taking forever. Okay. Oh, yeah? Alright. Leather brown. Just a little bit of... Okay. A little bit of edge highlighting on the leather. I think this still a better brush for this. I don't even think it's the orange that's tough. It's just... like, do the base coat. Do a second base coat. Do a highlight. Do another highlight. There's just a lot of different things going on. But the good news is that pretty much every highlight from here on goes faster than the previous colors. Yep, and very bright. Yep. Stipple swipe Overbrush, dry brush. Leather detailing? Yeah. I don't even think that'll show up on the camera. The overbrush, dry brush, stipple, swipe, leather, right? It's not a flat brown anymore. If this brush were fairly new, I would not be doing this. But since I'm retiring it after Armageddon anyway, to a less detailed paint process, so be it. No, I haven't done the glow effect yet. Alright, I know what I need to do for that. It's not that worried. I'm not that worried about that. Alright. Okay. Okay. That was leather brown highlighting up the brigandine brown. Now to do Iraqi sand over the leather brown for the other color stuff. The parchment. I thinned it down and I'm just doing a quick overbrush with it. That's much newer than the other parchment. Of course, I'm not sure how the oil wash is going to handle on this, so... Okay. I have the extreme highlights for the orange. I have the line highlights for the Payne's gray. And I have the and then I have the base rock stuff. Is that it? 3 more highlights after this? Was I doing any others? And then a whole banner, but... Yeah. No, the only thing that's troubling me is that it took 5 days to get them done. That's the only issue I'm having. I like them, this is much too long when batch painting. Yeah. Ad incoming. Oh, it's gonna be so nice to work on something not Space Marine. If I do that order. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. I think T is the next step. Then I'm gonna be messy. Oh, there's casings down here too. Gonna have to pick out casings. Oh no, getting orange in there. No, I don't like that. Okay. So I'm getting through it. It's just a lot there. Like, there's a shell, there's a casing there, and then that's a helmet. That's a rock. And that's a skull. And casings. Yeah, I was asking yesterday, how many Space Marines can you actually fit in a chapter using the rule of 3 and 6 for the battle line? And I came up with the answer of just under 700. Not including leaders. So, or firstborn. Because between Devastators and Tactical Squads, that's almost another 100 right there. But I don't even want to consider how expensive that would be. Like, purchase. And technically, they wouldn't allow. They wouldn't have enough transports between them. The majority of them would have to foot slog, because if you can only take 6, dedicated transports for that, Ugh. Okay. Final highlight of orange. Highlight of that, or mix the red gray. Yeah, okay. Did I shake that? I didn't shake. Alright. Always fun when you're just shaking paint and waiting. Alright. I'm also running out of space on my wet palette. Someone painted their eyes. Ah. So it's been a few. People okay? Hanging in there? This highlight barely shows. Could have added a little bit more white markies to it. I'm already halfway done with it. Not gonna go back through again. Welcome in, Duck and Smoke. How you finding building them? Fair enough. A lot of people do split that way. I knew I wanted to do a box to battle ready and paint the whole thing, so I needed at least one set of everything. And I do have I do have all of an orc side and another orc side. Because when the prices are good, you gotta go for it, you know? I already had orcs, so it definitely made sense to reinforce with all the new things. Welcome to several hobbies in one. You've got the collecting, the painting, the playing, the lore. Some people even find the hobby of complaining about GW to be fun. It happens sometimes. Hey, there's nothing wrong with just collecting, just building, just painting. Every one of those is a separate hobby. You can enjoy whichever ones you want. Yep. Yeah, definitely take your time. Work at the pace that you feel comfortable with. They're not going anywhere. And if people think, I know people say that you should be, you should have all of your models painted, but if you have all of them painted, what are you going to do when you're bored? You gotta have stuff to paint, right? Yep. Yeah, see? Boneless is always out of models. You'll never hear me say that. Yeah, it's taken me 14 hours to paint these 6 models so far, and the banner still hasn't been done. And I've been painting for 15 years. Yep. The stuff in the starter kit's not horrible. You can get a lot of use out of things like that. This was an Amazon brush, but it had a good tip. This was sold in a pack of 3 for, I think, $4. $3 or $4. There's a lot you can do with inexpensive hobby stuff. Like, my wet palette is the top of a divided sandwich container and some parchment paper. My water cups are actually used Manzanilla olive containers. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money to paint. Okay, I've heard good things about them, yeah. I haven't personally used them, but I've heard good things about them. You use some jars from coffee and some Tupperware from takeaways? Yep. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of ways that you can save a couple of bucks here and there. Some things just don't need to be as wildly complicated as people make them. There's that. Let's do this step. Oh yeah, that's always a good thing too. So, brace one arm, brace another arm, brace together, and then paint. So, for instance, down here, I'm braced, both elbows are on the desk. This is locked in. And then you just make the line that you need. Because even if you're shaking this way, this is still a solid line. Sometimes I find myself pulled in, bracing elbows onto stomach, but this way it doesn't really show up on the camera, so gotta go like this. Yeah, I don't think... Well, actually... I'm pretty sure if I was painting over here, half of you would still be watching me. And probably making fun of me. Oh yeah, like if you wanted to brace like this, that's fine. I haven't painted that for hours. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. You don't have to go out and buy the really expensive handles. You can get away with shot glasses and double-side foam tape. Just to get yourself a little bit extra support, stability on it. Because I like my handle that I use, but I'm not going to go out and buy 20 of them to work on 20 works at once. Let's see, what other hobby hacks are there? Don't worry about cleaning up your model until all of the base colors are down, and then go through and clean them up before highlighting, because highlighting shouldn't actually be on the points where they're touching as easily, but you can get away with, you know, having a nice cleanup beforehand. No, what? 3 hours ago. Oh, lighting is important, yes. I was using this to highlight, right? And now, testing new things, totally fine. Oh, no. I said I really like having one. I'm not gonna buy 20 of them to work on 20 items at once. Like, this does have a little bit of give to it. It's not perfect. That's better for control. Yeah. I know another streamer who does have like 20 or 30 of those handles, and I laugh every time and make fun of him. He understands. He understands the fun there. And if I could find more of that particular kind, I would buy more. Yeah. Yeah, the things that work for me might not work for you. Like, I find I really like, I do almost all of my painting with synthetic brushes. There's very little I do without, you know, with going with a sable, but I do have a sable brush for doing more detailed stuff, like freehand flame work. I would not use my synthetic brush for that. Yeah, yeah. Mustache doesn't have any handles, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lighting is important, though. If I turned off all of the lights over my paint desk, you wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. I wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. Yep, there is that too. Ah, okay. Yep. I've never made that trick, but that's mostly because I'm over in the US. But we're supposed to be getting one eventually. I may or may not ever make that trek even there. But there's a lot of cool stuff. Okay. That is that highlight and that highlight. I did the eyes. I've done the skulls. I have brass that I need to hit. Let's see. And the flickering flame. Alright. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, and then there's one other thing that I need to do too. Gotta see what this plasma coil glows like. That acted like a wash. I don't know if I had too much water in the brush. I'll hit again afterwards, I guess. Try that again. Okay. Okay, yep. We're gonna get it. We're gonna finish these 5. We're not gonna finish this one tonight. But we're gonna get these 5 done. Yeah. Don't worry, so long as you're not spending things that you need for your actual bills, it's fun. Don't forget to eat. Don't forget to pay your room and board and stuff, whatever that it happens to be. But so long as you stay within your budget for hobbies, just have fun. Can't have too many minis unless you run out of space. And then you're not actually running out of... You don't have too many minis, you just don't have enough space. Alright. Yeah, try out different techniques, try out different paint recipes and brands and brush types, and you'll find the things that work for you. Some people will try to do ultra realistic. Some people like scratchy highlights and stuff. Some people like smooth blends. They all have purpose. If anyone ever says, hey, you should paint 26 days in a row, question it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying question it. I should paint 26 days in a row. Okay. I've done it at least twice in my life. I bet you wouldn't. You should try it sometime. Also, how's it going, Sedan? I could probably find a way to put them to work. Oh. Yeah, that sounds fun, but also tiring. Yeah. Morning from Malaysia. Ooh. Welcome in. It's evening where I am, but it's always fun to see new people from new places. And thank you. I still have to do the banner, but the ancient is almost done. And then an oil wash and decals as well, but Hey, it's been quite fun painting up all of Armageddon. And we're getting to a noticeable end point, which... I mean, we still have a ways to go, but it's getting there. It's getting there. That's the thing. We've been seeing progress. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you want to... Like, all of these backpacks are actually still separate. Because I knew that if I glued them in, there would be angles that I wouldn't be able to hit. Custodian doesn't have that benefit. That is true. The old custodians or the new ones? Because the old ones had these parts right here, and I actually kept them off. Same with the, was it the Misericordia? I left those off for gluing on after I've painted them. Yeah, I left the two side panels and the knife off when I was painting mine. There. I've actually only painted one of my custodian models so far. Okay. Alright, there was something else after this that I needed to do. Oh, right. It was the second code of Plasma Glow. It was. I think that was it. Oh, no. The Brassy Brass. Alright. Alright, have a good one, Sylvix. Alright. We're getting there. We're getting. Thank you for the follow. Hey, Wall. How's it going? I'm just trying to get these highlighted. And then I need to pick out a small number of details on the basing with the brassy brass. Thanks. I'm nearly done highlighting them. I'm still a little nervous on doing the oil washes on them. But I have to varnish the shoulder pads and do the decals first. So... oh, that was good. Yep. But yeah, they took long enough to paint. I was expecting them to take like 8 hours or something like that, and I'm 14 hours in. But you know, you paint until it's done, right? Alright. Okay. Just one more step. One more step for the night. This isn't it. Is it really supposed to be like that? I don't know if I like that effect. Whatever. Okay. I know, they put brass on there. Yep, I just got a couple of pieces of brass to pick out. And then 5 of these will be painted. And it'll just need wash and decal work to be considered done. So... because for some reason I count painted and wash and decal and basing as separate things. I'm not saying that they're done, I'm just saying they're painted. Right? Alright. Done painting for the night. Yes. We did everything that we were setting out to do today. Alright. So, we still need to finish painting the banner. Banner still needs to be done, but other than that, everything is painted on this guy. This is tomorrow's goal, I guess. And these 5 are ready for decals and washes. Yeah. All right. Feeling good about that. Can't believe it took 14 hours to get to this step, but we did it. Let's see. Yeah, diligence, yeah. So we are now at 122 hours in. And we can do this. We haven't changed this number in days. But we are now at 56 painted. Yeah! Alright, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I will be back again tomorrow. This banner seems to be calling to me, because if I can get varnishes down, I can do decals and varnish, and then do the washes, because the orcs aren't getting an oil wash. So... the first half of the extended Lord of the Rings trilogy? Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna raid out for the night, and I will catch you again tomorrow, where we continue working on things. But until then, have a great night, and I hope you find your bit of bliss. Good night, all.